Mr. Stevens.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm Dr. Villeda.
Pleasure to meet you.
How are you doing today? Doing well?
I'm doing as good as I possibly can. I feel.
Okay, that's good. Well, before we start, I just wanted to inform you that anything that you tell me today in this room will stay between you and I. So I hope that you're comfortable talking to me about anything you have on your mind. The only time that I will be required to inform somebody else about what's going on in this room is if I feel like you are a threat to yourself or to others.
Mhm.
Um, but
Okay.
do you have any questions over that part for me?
No, no,
Mhm.
I get
Okay, sounds good. So how about we start with some basics? You want to tell me how old you are?
I'm 87 years old.
87. Okay. And do you want to tell me a little bit about who you live with?
Well, I live with my wife. My wife. Her name is. You'll have to bear with me. I
Okay.
lately it's been hard to remember certain things, you know. But her name's Lucy.
Okay, and that's okay. If you have some time, you need some time remembering things. That's okay, Mr. Stevens. You can take your time. Okay.
Well, thank you.
Okay. And can you tell me a little bit more about Lucy?
Well, Lucy's a doll. She is the love of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Been married for 45 years now.
Wow.
Met in high school. And, well, she just brightens my day, really. Um, we had six kids together, and I always have trouble remembering, especially. Let me see, with Scott, Logan, Cameron, Sarah, our youngest, uh, Julian, and these last two always get me. Justin and Dylan. Dylan, our boy, he's the oldest.
Oh, it's a pretty big family you got there, huh?
I'll say it's a big family, a lot of mouths to feed.
Sounds like a lovely family. You want to tell me a little bit more about Lucy?
Well, she was there. She's been there for me through thick and thin. It seems like it's been a lot more thicker than thin recently. She was there when the doctors diagnosed me with what they call diabetes.
Okay.
You know, to receive news like that, it's it's been a lot. It's been a lot.
I can only imagine. So what I'm hearing is you recently received some pretty um, big news.
Yeah, yeah, pretty big, I guess. I mean, and it's funny because I don't know very much about diabetes. I'll be quite honest with you, but you know, that makes me scared. It makes me pretty scared. Thankfully, I've got Lucy there right by my side, but it's just been kind of difficult not knowing. It's very scary not to know.
Right. And I'm sure we can find you um, somebody that can explain what diabetes is. I don't want you to feel scared because you don't know what that is. So I'm sure we can find something that will inform you of what it is.
And just so much change has been going on. You know, it's been so hard to move around the house, and my wrist hurts all the time. And well, I've been awfully forgetful lately, and I just feel kind of useless nowadays. I'll be quite honest with you. Lucy and I, we had to move out of the house. Couldn't afford the medication that I've got to take together, and it's just been real tough. It's been real rough living all those things. We built that place together, and I hate to see it go. Lucy's been taking it pretty well. God bless her soul, but I just kind of find myself crying sometimes, just thinking about it, thinking about all this change.
I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. Stevens. I can only imagine. It sounds like you have a pretty huge change in your life. Leaving the house that you and your wife built together, it must be pretty hard.
Yeah, I'll say. And now we live with our youngest, Sarah. Live with her and my son-in-law. His name is.
Take your time.
His name's Joseph.
Joseph and Sarah.
Joseph and Sarah. Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
And do you want to tell me a little bit more about what it's like living at Sarah's and Joseph's?
Oh well, I love Sarah. She's always been such a sweetheart to me and Lucy. But I'm pretty good at reading a room, and it's been awfully difficult for us all being in the same household. It's put a strain on our relationship, Lucy and I, and Sarah and Joseph. It's just been not ideal, I would say. And it just kind of makes me sad, that's all. I feel like I'm a big burden on all three of them. And it just doesn't seem to make me feel any better.
So what I'm hearing is that you and Lucy being at Sarah's makes you feel like a burden. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct.
Is there something specific about being with Sarah's that makes you feel like that?
Well, it just makes me feel like I failed as a parent. I never should have taken better care of myself. And that my mom always told me to take care of myself, and I never listened. And that just brings up a whole other batch of thoughts and feelings that I can't even begin to talk about.
I can only imagine what it's like. Do you want to talk to me a little bit about your parents?
Well, now that I mentioned it, after Lucy and I met in high school and took off together after getting married, well, I went ahead and left my mom all by herself and started my own life. And by the time I knew it, she was gone. And I felt guilty since. And I think since then, so much change has happened. That's the only thing that's permanent in my life right now. The change, and I've never been good with change. I know that for certain. It's been very hard.
It sounds like you went through a really tough time losing your mother. And now you mentioned that you feel guilty about leaving her.
I feel guilt, yeah. And I just feel like I've just let so many people down in my life. And now I've let myself down with this new thing that I've got in my mind. It's not what it used to be. I look at myself and I don't recognize the young boy that I used to be. That's all.
Okay.
It's very, what's the word? It's just disappointing.
I can only imagine what it's like, to have all these things change in your life all of a sudden.
And Lucy's there. She's such a sweetheart. She's the one good thing I have in my life other than my boys and girls. And without her, I don't know what I would do. Every night she's there with me and she helps me feel better. But, I think what I've got is something inside that just makes me feel so blue. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to describe it. You know, this is the first I've ever talked about how I feel with any kind of, you know, what do you call yourself, a therapist? You know, I usually kept things to myself growing up.
Okay, well, Mr. Stevens, I do appreciate that you are talking to me and that you're comfortable talking to me about all the change that's been going on in your life. Um,
Thank you.
so I really do appreciate that. Okay.
It feels it's like a kind of feels like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders.
Okay. I'm really glad to hear that. That's what I'm here for, to help you, you know, move through this big change in your life. Okay. So I hope that as we continue to visit, we can come up with a plan that will make this whole change a lot more comfortable for you. Okay. I want you to come and come and see me as often as you need to. We'll talk, and maybe we can later on meet with Lucy and kind of come up with a plan to make you feel better. How does that sound?
That sounds pretty good to me.
Pretty good. Sounds good, Mr. Stevens. I think that we are good for this first session. Hopefully, I can see you next week if that's okay with you.
Thank you very
Sounds
much.
good, Mr. Stevens. You have a good day.